Cardiac murmurs are sounds of turbulent blood flow heard during auscultation. Their timing, shape, and location help identify underlying valve pathology. An ejection systolic murmur is crescendo to decrescendo in shape. It usually arises from outflow tracts where pressure changes during systole. Common causes include aortic stenosis, aortic sclerosis, pulmonary stenosis, and HOCM. It may also be innocent in children and high output states like pregnancy or tachycardia. A pansystolic murmur has uniform intensity throughout systole and merges with S2. It is typically due to regurgitant or shunt lesions. Mitral regurgitation and tricuspid regurgitation cause pansystolic murmurs. Ventricular septal defect is another classic cause with high velocity flow. Mitral valve prolapse can produce a late systolic murmur. It may be associated with a mid-systolic click during valve leaflet prolapse. Early diastolic murmurs are high-pitched and occur immediately after S2. They are often subtle and require careful listening for absence of silence. Aortic regurgitation and pulmonary regurgitation are key causes of early diastolic murmurs. Pulmonary hypertension can produce Graham-Steele murmur. Mid-diastolic murmurs are low-pitched rumbling sounds. They are best heard with the bell of the stethoscope. Mitral stenosis is the classic cause of mid-diastolic murmur. Carey-Coombs murmur and Austin-Flint murmur are important differentials. Murmurs are graded from 1 to 6 based on intensity. Diastolic murmurs are usually graded 1 to 4 due to lower intensity. Location of maximal intensity helps localization. Apex favors mitral lesions while aortic, pulmonary, and tricuspid areas define valve regions. Aortic stenosis murmur radiates to carotid arteries. Mitral regurgitation murmur classically radiates to the axilla. Leaning forward accentuates aortic regurgitation murmurs. Left lateral position enhances mitral stenosis sounds. Expiration increases left-sided murmur intensity by increasing pulmonary venous return. Inspiration enhances right-sided murmurs. Valsalva maneuver reduces venous return. It increases murmurs in HOCM and mitral valve prolapse, but decreases aortic stenosis and mitral regurgitation. Squatting increases venous return and systemic resistance. It has opposite effects compared to Valsalva on most murmurs. Exercise increases murmur intensity in mitral stenosis by increasing transmitral flow across the stenotic valve. Clinical interpretation of murmurs requires integration of timing, location, radiation, and maneuvers. This systematic approach guides accurate valvular diagnosis.